Beaver was our grommet when the skate park went in. He was a little kid and just kind of started showing up, and his parents used to call us what they call us the
old man crew,
or like his parents called us like the Legends of Dogtown or whatever, because we were all old. And I was the only one that was authorized to pick Beaver up and bring him to the park and then take him home at the end of the
day. Wow.
His companies gave some money too.
Yeah, it was his dad was working for a billboard company at the time, and they chipped in $100,000 for our park. So that was huge.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Woo!
You heard Cactus by the Pixies.
Yeah, he was trying something at our last Vert Alert during Best Trick. I can't remember, but it was wild. And he slammed super hard.
Hold on one second.
We're going to put this auxiliary cord back into the computer
so we can actually hear what Tony's got to say.
Thanks, Bunny.
All right, now you're back in. Say that
again. I was just saying Beaver was trying something at our last Vert Alert at the Best Trick. I can't remember what it was. It was like I think it was like a backflip to axle or something, but he was slamming so hard. And he finally gave up. I don't remember what it was. It was something wild like that, though.
Yeah,
he got beat at Rage by
so Rage at the Rose every year is this Rose Farm in Tennessee.
Yeah,
the private thing,
which is nearly perfect.
It's when you're talking about perfect rim, that thing is the closest thing to perfect that I've ever ridden in my life. But yeah, so Beaver showed up this last year, and Colin Graham always comes out every year and puts on a show. But we had Bryce Wetstein this year, and Beaver came out. We had Lester Kasai came out. But
sick.
Bryce entered like the open division that Colin and Beaver and everybody are in. And Bryce beats Beaver on the judges card. And I felt bad for him, but he was super graceful about it. And she apologized to Beaver for beating him, which was ridiculous because that girl put down the best full pull run.
She's got tricks, man. She's got some bangers too. Like there are some tricks that she does where I'm like, that is seriously dangerous.
Yeah,
she was doing tricks the guys wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, literally, her run just kept going and going and going, and never did the same trick twice. It just kept going.
And she was smiling and laughing.
Yeah, and just like she would pull it off, and then have this surprised look on her face, and just go to the next wall. It was great.
And she sung us a song on the ukulele.
Yeah, we got her to do 10 questions with us. After at the end of 10 questions, she wrote us a song on the spot. It was great.
Sorry, I'm not that gifted. I'm one track mind here. I'm just skating. That's it.
Could we hear about maybe the evolution of Birdhouse, how it came about?
Sure. Right here?
Yeah. Go for
it. Well, I started Birdhouse in '92 when I thought that my career as a pro skater was kind of coming to an end. I mean, by all accounts, Vert was dead, and I had made the washed up list for Big Brother magazine. So I saw the signs, and I was doing what Stacy did when he started Pal Peralta. Like, he left GNS because he thought his career as a skater was over, but he wanted to create a company. And so I did exactly that. And then got what I thought was, one of the best teams around: Willie Santos, Jeremy Klein, Steve Barrow, Ocean Howell, Matt Beach, Andrew Reynolds. And then, it was hard though. I mean, for the first, I would say 4 years, we weren't really turning a profit. Per Wieslander, my partner, and I, we kept taking pay cuts to try to make it survive. He definitely was ready to give up a couple times. I was not giving up because I put literally all my savings into it, including my mortgage. It started to finally turn around, I would say around 96, 97. And we've been in business ever since. And, birdhouseskateboards.com. These are still available. We just released a Grayson Fletcher model today, actually.
Yes.
I guess that's your, there's your big news flash. because we haven't actually shared it on social media yet. So
Really?
Grayson
You
Fletcher's
heard
on
it
Birdhouse,
here
and
on
he's got a
Kickturn
model.
Party Radio.
Man, he's one of my favorite skaters, man. That dude's
Exclusive.
power, man. Grayson is
Amazing. You should see. The most exciting and frightening thing is him skating vert because he won't wear pads,
Yeah.
but he goes just as high as anyone else.
And he
runs out of things. Like he's dropped from the sky and just lands on his feet.
I mean, I've seen a couple of times where he'll pull out too hard and literally there's no transition to run out to. You're landing in the flat line.
We've got a kid.
No, he looks like Iron Man landing.
Yeah.
He was a local kid. He's still kind of local. What's Josh?
Josh Viles.
Josh Viles. He's like that. He rode for Thomas Taylor at Stratosphere.
Yep.
And he skates like that. I mean, he's so good, but he doesn't wear pads.
I mean, that's how they grew up. I get it.
Yeah.
You know, we learned to get out of stuff safely. We learned how to knee slide, and that's part of my
knee pads are the
like
best.
I have knee slid without knee pads many times in my life.
Yep.
Because
I have
it's
too.
just muscle memory.
Because it's insane. I've done the exact same thing.
Did you know Rob Taylor? Vision.
He wrote GNS and then Vision.
No, but I knew him. Sure.
He
Grant Taylor's dad.
No.
That was Thomas Taylor.
Thomas. Oh no, that's right. You guys just mentioned him, but yes,
Taylor
I do know Rob Taylor too.
He came to my ramp and did a knee slide because the first trick he did was an invert, and he got a splinter that went. It was like a 7-inch.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I felt so bad for the guy.
Well, that was the backyard ramp scene. I mean, I saw so many splinters come and go, and
that's
through shoes.
Booney ramp. Jeff Phillips couldn't skate because he got one through his toe.
Yep.
Like an entry wound and exit wound.
Yeah, so we had one in our backyard where it hit the kid's toe, went through the top of his van, hit the toe, and split. And then it was sticking through the gum sole of the van. And the only thing we had was the ramp we had actually had a tree house above it. And there was a guy living in the tree house, and he jumped out with a Swiss Army knife that had the pair of scissors on it. And we cut his vans off with the Swiss Army knife, but we still couldn't get the shoe off because the splinter was embedded into the sole. So we just threw him in the back of a pickup truck and took him to the hospital.
Triage.
That story actually, and that splinter ended up being the demise of that half pipe because it was a rental house. And the kid's mom tried to sue, and skaters don't have any money, so they went after the property owner, and they're a rental company. Like, man, it's 1988. Nobody has any
That's
money.
how I lost my homeowner's insurance in Fallbrook.
Really?
Someone came to skate with a friend. I'm not going to say who, but the friend was allowed to skate. He was not invited to skate. I was out of town. I was in Europe. He tried to drop in, broke his elbow, and then his dad sued me. That was America in the 80s.
Yeah,
and then luckily my homeowner's insurance covered it, but then they dropped me soon after.
Well, we just finished building a mini ramp in my backyard, and my wife's actually giving me the look right now because that's like her big concern. What if somebody gets hurt?
But there is something to be said for the reason that we have so many skate parks now in the last 20 years is that skateboarding was added to the hazardous activities list. And so you incur your own
skating at your own risk.
Skating at your own risk, right? And so you acknowledge that it is dangerous, and you're trying it anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that benefits you with the mini ramp, but that is why we have skate parks.
Do you hear that, babe?
Well, is Birdhouse thinking of maybe releasing a board that has like a layer of ply and then a layer of
tar paper,
and then a layer of
bonite?
The heaviest skateboard that ever existed. Yeah, I had
extra tough. Those were the first skateboards I ever broke.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I remember I had one that I had Goldwings on, and I had those plastic snap-on copers that Goldwing used to make, and big, huge, I think Sim 63s or some huge Mondo wheel. And I was a kid, and like skateboard weighed as much as I did.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I being part of the team and seeing that all happen, I understand why, because I guess there was some issue with the where they were sourcing their wood and they couldn't get the wood to produce enough skateboards, and whatever the source was no longer producing as much as they did or whatever it was. And I guess George had to make something happen super fast, and that was the answer, was to put these other plies in. And
Night was born.
Yeah. I mean, we were a little oblivious, and we're using rails, so we kind of had we had it more sturdy.
I still use rails.
Yeah, me too.
Reinforced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know your time's limited, so let's get a little philosophical here.
All right.
I'm a lifer. I'm going to skateboard until I can't anymore, and I suck. I suck at it, but I still want to ride on four wheels all the time. So, what is it that you can't get enough of? Why does this drive you? Why does this encompass your life? Let's hear it.
Well, at some point it was my only way of truly expressing myself. It was my outlet. Nowadays it's my meditation. It's my Zen. I'm not so fired up that I have to go break boundaries every time I go skate or push myself to the point of risking everything. Which I did used to have to do just to feel alive, I guess. I don't really know. But yeah, it's my form of expression. It's my exercise. And it's definitely the place where I feel most in control.
Good answer. Good answer.
I thought you were just going to say for the glory of skating.
Well, all of that summed up for the glory of skating.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Thanks for doing this with us. You really, it made our night. It's getting late here, so when the show's over, we're going to go out and
the sign skateboard did not change my life. This did.
Exactly.
No, every one of it, like
that was the goal. That was the goal here.
I think JD's got the most years of all of us, followed by me. But yeah, we're all lifers. I'll never stop doing it. It'll take complete immobility to get me off of it. And right now I'm battling my third ACL tear. And it sucks, man, because that's a bad injury to come back from.
Just be thankful you live in this day of medicine.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. And yes, my knee surgeon's actually a pretty good guy too.
Yeah, I mean, that when I broke my femur, and now, like I said, I've lost these grabs and whatever. I'm just glad I had this state of technology on my side.
Yep.
Yeah,
because that could have been completely the end of it.
And that would suck.
Yeah, that would really suck. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
I feel like if I can't stand on my own 2 feet, I'll put wheels underneath. In the form of a skateboard
wheels on my wheelchair.
Yeah, I have a 3-legged dog. They make those little dog wheelchairs. You can get one of those.
Yeah.
I see these kids, on Instagram once in a while. These kids with no legs skateboard.
Yeah, that's just
wow. That's
and there's the one guy that Felipe. Does demos. He tears it up, man. That guy is incredible.
Yeah. We have a guy on our team, Felipe Nunez, from Brazil. I mean, he got the cover of Thrasher, doing a 5.0 down a handrail. He's the gnarliest. He's the gnarliest dude I know.
That's super impressive.
Dang, very nice.
All right. Well, any closing remarks from the Peanut Gallery or from you, Mr. Hawk?
Hey, I appreciate you guys keeping the stoke alive. From our generation of skateboarding, we still need these voices to have people understand where this all came from. And I'm thankful you guys are still doing this and spreading the word. I mean, can you imagine when we were kids, when you were doing that interview, that we would be in our, I don't know if you guys are in your 50s, but we'd be in our 50s.
Yeah, not in a million years.
No,
not in a million
ever.
years.
Like we thought it was over when you were 18.
Yeah. Not
only are we living the dream, we're creating the dream for the new generation.
Yeah. I remember thinking I'll never make it to 30.
No.
That's never gonna happen. But
Yeah.
man, we and as representatives of just a small part of the skateboard scene, we could not have gotten any luckier than to have you as our kind of ambassador
Yeah.
to all things skateboarding.
Oh, I appreciate it.
You
Thank you
of
very much.
all the guys out there that could have done it, you were the right guy to do it, and you've done a great job with it. Like even
Thank you
your
very much.
commentation at like the Olympics and stuff,
Right.
it's fun to watch because you're great at it, and you've got got a good attitude.
Yeah, and
And
Danforth said, "I love that guy. I never would have wanted to have been in this shoe."
yeah, Danforth
Yeah.
totally gave you props last week, and he's like, great guy. Said I would have never wanted to do it. He was the right guy for it. So
Yeah.
kudos
Oh,
to
thank
man.
you.
We
Well,
really appreciate it.
I love what I do. It's amazing.
And we love what you do too.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming
Yeah, thanks
in
again.
and being on our show. We really appreciate it. And we're going to cut to some music.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in to Kickturn Party. This is Tony by Johnny Cash.
Oh.
All right. See you guys.
Thanks,
Have a good
man.
weekend.
Yeah, have a
Thank
good
you.
weekend. And
Yeah.
Too.
hug that grandkid, man.
Yeah.
My wife is literally walking him around the backyard trying to get him to go to sleep. So I'm gonna catch him before he goes to sleep.
Give
See you guys.
love.
See ya.
Kickturn